Before I start this video, I just want to say that this is by far my favorite subscriber pick ever. So a big thank you for you people for choosing this book to be the subscriber pick for March and for making me read it. It's so good. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. And people who have not read this book, please go ahead and read this. If you'd like to buy this book, my Amazon affiliate link for this book will be in the description box below, so please go ahead, buy it and help me in the process also. Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. Another quick reminder that if you would like more such videos, I have bonus content on offer for you all for channel members, and I have spoken about it in a video. I made a video about channel memberships. If you'd like to go check that out, I leave the link here as well as in the description box below. I am so looking forward to making bonus content which includes member live streams, exclusive member videos and exclusive member vlogs among others. So if you are interested, if you would consider it, it would be of immense help to me, and looking forward to seeing you all over there. Also, welcome to a brand new reading vlog for the subscriber pick for the month of March, which is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I am so excited to start reading this. You know what? A few days ago, I think this was 4 or 5 days ago, I had actually started a vlog, but then I never got around to reading this book, so I had to chuck that. It doesn't make sense, right? I start on one day and then I go and actually start vlogging on some completely random day. So but today I will be reading this one and I will be vlogging this. I'm planning to start it in the next few minutes or so. But I just got done filming the first part of my all the books on my TBR kind of video, and there are so many books that I had to keep pulling them off the shelf and then pushing them back in. There's still a stack there which I haven't yet put back because there's one empty shelf over here. If you can see, this shelf is still empty. All the books I have to put it back. I had originally thought that I would get done in an hour or so, but no, sir. It's taken me about 2.5 hours to do this video, and that too it's not completely done. But never mind, I'm going to do it again tomorrow when the lighting is better. So that's what I have planned right now. And what I will do is I will put these back and I will start reading this book. I will get changed. I don't want all this makeup. Maybe put on a face mask or something, and then I will start reading this. This is something I need to prioritize, so that's what I'm going to do. Please pray for me and hope that I get done with this, and also please pray that I get done with my books on my TBR video tomorrow, because I really need to finish it. I mean, imagine I am going to have about 3.5 hours of footage, or 4 even. Okay, bye. The face mask, as I mentioned, just a few hours late, and it's 9:15 right now, and I am finally going to sit down and start reading this book. I mean, I am super excited to start reading it, but I don't know why I'm postponing it. Like, I know I need to read it. I know that somehow I know that I'm going to enjoy reading it, but why I can't get to it, I can't tell you. I don't have an answer. But now's the time that I'm going to sit and read. This has got to be on for about 20 minutes, and I'm going to take 22 minutes and read up till 9:40. Let's see if we can finish 20 pages by 9:40. I mean, that's a small goal, but I feel like I'm going to fail at that also. Like, it's a sort of a thing in my vlogs, right? I put challenges for myself and then I'm like, okay, it's okay, even if it did. So it's 9:45 and 5 minutes past the time that I should have kept this on, and it's all stiff. But I got through only 16 pages of this book because I got sidetracked, and I thought uploading Instagram stories and uploading to the community post was more important than actually reading the book. And anyway, I need to keep you guys updated, right? So I'm going to think of it that way. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go take this off. But before that, let me tell you what I think of the 16 pages. I love how Taylor Jenkins Reid has built up Evelyn Hugo as an enigma, as a stunning woman who knows how much to hold back and how much to give of herself. I literally ended this one on the point where the journalist Monique Grant is thinking, is Evelyn Hugo going to tell me just enough to keep me on the edge of my seat, but never enough to truly reveal anything? And I feel that that makes so much sense, right? It to so many people, because as celebrities go, their life is all out in the open. They are followed by paparazzi. There's absolutely no privacy. And when you have a character like Evelyn Hugo, you want to know more about that person, but when the person themselves, like Evelyn Hugo, is someone who knows when to hold back but gives enough to keep the people invested, and according to her descriptions is one stunner of a woman with a combination of looks that is so you wouldn't find attractive on anybody else. Like, she's the only person who can make that combination look this good. And I wouldn't say I'm in love with Evelyn Hugo and all of that right now, because it's too early to say so, but I'm really intrigued by how it's going so far. So that's all I'm going to say right now, and I am going to go take this off because it's getting stiff. It's already gotten stiff. And then come back and read a bit. I don't know if I will vlog anymore, but if I have any thoughts, then I'll come back and talk to you about it. Until then, bye bye. Please be happy that I'm finally reading this. Please. It is daytime, 3:30 during the day of, what time is it? What day is it? 19th March, and it's 3:30 and my brain just short circuited over there. I got through quite a bit yesterday. I mean, quite a bit as in, I'm on page 60. I'm on page 60 of this book, and I couldn't stop reading. I had to force myself to stop reading at 3 a.m. and go to sleep. Yeah, this is that engaging. It will pull you in, and I love Evelyn Hugo, man. I love that woman, and there are some sticker stabs that I put where I just found she was magnificent over there. And you know what? There's this thing about Evelyn Hugo where everybody's talking about her, and when she makes that appearance, you get goosebumps. That's what happened to me. I got goosebumps when she made that appearance. And wait, let me tell you where exactly it was. I turn around to see the 79-year-old Evelyn Hugo walking towards me. She is as breathtaking as any of her pictures, and I took in a deep breath. I'm like, wow. And that doesn't even make sense on the larger level, okay? Because this is a fictional character interacting with a fictional person who is talking in first person, and it's like you are sitting there and you're watching everything play out, and that is the power that Taylor Jenkins Reid holds. And I love that so much. And I think I'm going to get quite a bit read today, but that is only going to be after I finish editing a video for tomorrow. So maybe in a while I will start reading again, maybe after coffee around 5:30, because I have to go to film another video now, and after that only I will get to work, and then I will get to this. But I will vlog though. Hey people, it is 2 a.m. and since I've not yet gone to sleep, I'm going to consider it as still 19th of March, and I have gotten through 106 pages of this book, and I am loving it. I know I haven't vlogged or given any updates about it, but this book is so gripping. There's everything about Evelyn makes me want to jump into the pages and give her a big hug and assure her that what she did was for her best. And I'm loving Evelyn's character. The one thing about Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing is that the characters that she writes, it they are very real. Evelyn Hugo is supposed to be a yesteryear's actress, a superstar, if you will. And even now, people are crazy about her. They are in awe of her. And when you read this book, when you are talking about learning more about her life, then what you want to do is just go to Google and Google her. You want to find out if these characters were real because her writing is so descriptive and so real. I mean, I'm overusing that word, it feels like at this point, but it just makes you think that okay, these people did exist. And she brings them to life in these pages, and I love that. And do you see these tabs? And these are places where something significant has happened in Evelyn's life, or she's made some badass statement, or she has spoken about how her life was affected by the decisions she's made, and or pearls of wisdom, anything. Like, there's a lot going on in this book, and I feel like I'm going to exhaust those page tabs, but I don't mind. I'll buy 100 more if it means that I get to read books like this. I mean, that's all the update I have for now. I think I'm just going to sit here and read for a bit because what I have on is I'm exporting a video for tomorrow, that is for the 20th of March, and then I have to upload it, obviously. So until the video is exported, I will read this book, and then do that work and all of that. I don't know how much I will get done, but I will check back in tomorrow during the day. Until then, I'm just going to sit and listen. There's going to be a little bit of a background noise, but that's not what I said listen for. But it is 7:50 p.m. of what day is it? I've forgotten the day because the book was that amazing. And it's 7:50 p.m. of 21st of March, and I finished reading this book this evening at around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, somewhere around that time. And oh my god, what a fantastic book this is. It's something. Just look at these tabs, okay? Just focus here. Look at the number of tabs that I have. Flip to any page, you'll find one tab or the other. I mean, there are so many places in this book where I felt inspired by Evelyn, or I've felt inspired by the people around Evelyn, her attitude towards life, her acceptance of her own flaws, and her acceptance of the fact that there are some things in life that you have to do no matter how difficult you find them. And I really want to gush out everything about this book like right now, but I also want to save it for the review, which I'm hoping I will film tomorrow. I'm not sure when that will happen, but because there's this whole thing with women and hair, and where I have to decide my filming schedule based on how oily my hair is. So that's beside the point, but I don't want to talk much about this book in this clip, except to say that I am blown away once again by the sheer what do I even call it? This is proper sophisticated rawness, and the relatability factor that is in this book. And despite Evelyn Hugo being a phenomenal star, and you just want to say ki I find myself in this book, and I find whatever she's saying, like, I'm going to take that as a life lesson or something. And there's so much unexpected ness in this book. Like, I was not expecting this book to be the way it was, but I'm glad it is this way. And I am so happy that I finally read this book. And amongst all the subscriber picks, I think this is my absolute favorite. Can you just stop screaming for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It's just a whole circus only. This is a proper, like, one of my favorite reads of this year. You can see this in my favorite books of 2021 list, that's for sure. This is part of the 21 books I want to read in 2021 list, and I'm so happy that after the disappointments that were the 2 other books, like The Women Who Invented Facebook and Other Stories, and what was the other one, The White Tiger, this was like, oh my lord, I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop off now, because I don't have anything else to say other than for the fact that I need some time to process and put my thoughts into a certain way, into a certain structure. Otherwise, I just start rambling. I think I've gone on for way too long even now. But this is the best book of all the subscriber picks, hands down. And I did not vlog much because I was so invested in the story. I was like, okay, can I take a few minutes to do this? But also, I don't want to take a few minutes to do this, because then the flow will be interrupted. And that is something to behold in a book, because if a book is that captivating. Hey people, welcome to the book review section of the subscriber pick for the month of March, which was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And what a phenomenal book this is. I'm saying this again, thank you for making me read this, and there's so many things that I want to talk about that I felt throughout this book. If you don't know the number of things that I felt throughout this book, this will tell you. Look at the number of tabs. So you've seen how I've lost my mind over this book, or I don't know how much I captured it on camera, because I was so taken in by this book that I just for the last 200 pages or the second 200 pages, I just didn't film anything. I just kept reading because I wanted to find out what was happening, and it just all came together so brilliantly, man. And I love this book so much. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just go bit by bit. I'll tell you what this book is about, and what I liked about it, and the final verdict. There's not going to be a section about what I did not like about it. Evelyn Hugo is a former Hollywood star. She is enigmatic and she is reclusive, but now at the age of 79, she is ready to tell her story and how her 7 husbands played into her story. So she picks a relatively unknown journalist, Monique Grant, for this, and she goes to great lengths to make sure that Monique is put on this case. And Monique is stunned that how can Evelyn Hugo, such a big star, want from me? What does she want from me, and why does she insist on having me on this case? But she recognizes the opportunity, Monique does, and she grabs it with both hands. And now she embarks on this journey of navigating through the decades of a life that is so well known and well documented in its own way. I'll talk about this later. And she learns about Evelyn's journey from Hell's Kitchen to Los Angeles, all the decisions that she took, her life in front of the camera as well as behind it, her mind and her heart, everything, no holds barred. But Evelyn has warned Monique that some truths are about to come tumbling out, which will make Monique hate Evelyn. But how do these two lives intersect with each other? Because it seems so disparate. These two lives so different from each other, but how do they intersect? And will Monique's awe of Evelyn, of the raw aura, the power of Evelyn, diminish in Monique's eyes after she learns what truth Evelyn has to give to Monique? And what impact Evelyn will have on Monique forms this entire story, and it's such a brilliant book. again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But now on to the things that I loved about this book. First off, Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. I adore her writing so much. The way she makes every character so human, and how she makes sure that the reader understands the choices that the characters are making. We don't necessarily have to agree with those decisions, but we understand where they're coming from, and that makes for such a deep read. She ties up every little detail wonderfully, because every little detail that she has put in there has a satisfactory conclusion that it will give you some sort of, inexplicable relaxation kind of thing. Like, you're like, huh, now I can like sit back and relax, because all of that is tied up very well. And that doesn't mean that you stop thinking about the book, the characters, the story, the plot, the events in the book, everything. You think about it long after you have shut the book, and that is happening to me even now, even though it's been days since I read the book. And before I talk about anything else, I must say that Evelyn Hugo is such a star. And by star, I don't mean just a movie star. As a human being also, you see what makes Evelyn's success, Evelyn's power, Evelyn's charm, what it is. So there's one point in the book, early in the book, where Evelyn is leading Monique into her office, and Monique has a cup of coffee in her hand, and Evelyn takes the coffee out of my hand, carrying it for me. I once read that charisma is charm that inspires devotion, and that is what makes Evelyn Hugo. There are very few characters who you anticipate the arrival of. Evelyn Hugo is one such. And when you read about her entering the room or descending the stairs, you feel chills down your spine, because you're like, she's finally here. And I'm going to find out everything about her, and I'm going to fall more in love with her, because that's what's going to happen when it's Evelyn Hugo on the other side. You become impatient in every page that she is not present, but I think only Monique can understand the awe in which you read and in which you look up at Evelyn Hugo in your mind, because that's the kind of power, the pull of her personality that is present around Evelyn, the aura that she has. And that is exactly what makes reading this book such an amazing experience. Evelyn Hugo being an icon on one hand, and on the other hand, how relatable her life is. And both of these are on completely different ends of the spectrum, but they exist comfortably in your mind as you read the book, and you're like, that's completely fine. And there are certain quotes that I so love. They're so empowering, they're so inspirational, that I just had to note them down. I'll read out one for you, and that is, when you're given an opportunity to change your life, be ready to do whatever it takes to make it happen. The world doesn't give things, you take things. If you learn one thing from me, it should probably be that. And it's quotes like this that made me fall in love with the personality called Evelyn Hugo, because there's so many layers to her. Okay, I think I fawned about Evelyn way too much, and more will come on the way. But now let me talk about how the book is paced. It is divided into sections, each section talking about her life married to one particular husband. And as you go through these pages, as you go through these parts of Evelyn's life, you are waiting to find out what happens. You're flipping the pages, you're like, come on, tell me what happens. I mean, it's not a mystery suspense book or anything, but the relatability factor that I mentioned before, that will burrow deep into you. And the thing about that relatability factor is, you want to find out what happens because you feel so connected to that character, and it makes you really invested in her life. And this is not just a story of a Hollywood icon. This is the story of a girl who is trying to make her way in a world where men think they are entitled to everything, and who think they can control everything in the world. And this is about Evelyn taking streets, alleys, gullies to get to the top and to become an absolute star in so many ways. And as you follow her journey, you learn so much. The glimpse into her life is in itself is very educational, if not on a micro level when compared to what her life has been. And ladies, please read this book. because there is so much to be gleaned from this. I especially love this book for that. It's that, I want to say amazing, but I use that word way too often. It's that brilliant. Evelyn Hugo also teaches you that people are not always who you think they are, and sometimes you should just be okay with that, because that's probably how the world works. I mean, it could be a hard pill for us commoners to swallow, but apply it to Evelyn's world, apply it to her life, and you have an even bigger sense of admiration for the star that Evelyn Hugo is. And paparazzi, good god, the number of paparazzi I just wanted to smash with my bare hands as I read this book. I can't even tell you how many, because it made my blood boil. And we all know how the media works. In these gossip columns kind of stories, all they do is sometimes they just want to sensationalize things. Media is a cutthroat business, so the first person to get this sensational news, they're going to blow up or something like that. But when you read about how the media rips into people's lives without knowing all the facts, it just, like I said, it made my blood boil. That will happen to you too. So you have got to be prepared for that. And imagine if this is happening with a book of fiction, what happens in everyday life? Because we read so many false gossip news and all of that, we don't know which is which. We don't know what aspersions are true, what praises are true, which are false. No idea. And the thing about Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, encompassing all of this, is that she makes it look so real, because she combines it with elements of reality that are so obvious out there. She has a flair for creating fictional characters, like fictional stars. For example, Daisy Jones and the Six also is the story of a fictional band, but they seemed really real. And this is one more which makes you feel like, okay, this all seems so real. Maybe if I Google all of her movies, if I Google Evelyn Hugo, then I'll get a Wikipedia page listing out her filmography and all of that. So it's that real. But oh man, Evelyn Hugo is fearless, she's practical, she's responsible, she's such a star, an icon, and in so much more. I don't have the words to describe her. She is that enigmatic, she is that charismatic of a character in so many ways. And one thing I can assure you, you will fall in love with her. That's for sure. And in addition to Evelyn Hugo, I also love the character of Harry Cameron. That man is a cinnamon roll, and I would just want to, just hug him and never let go. I want to protect him at all costs. Okay, so all that is done. I have told you what this book is about. I have fawned over this book for ages, it feels like. But now, I want to talk about that final twist that comes at you. Okay, when that final twist hits, all you want to do is curl up in bed and cry for 10 million years, because it's so good. It's so well written and it's so great in so many ways. I mean, there are a lot of so's over there, but my name only starts with so it's fine. You didn't see it coming, but once it does, you realize how obvious it was. And how did you not see it coming though? How? But that's the mark of a great writer, to take something in plain sight and to bring it out to you in a way that will blow your mind. And I think that's all I have about this book. And as you read it, there's one quote from Game of Thrones that was ringing through my head: the things we do for love. In closing, I'm not going to say anything else other than that I will highly recommend this book to you. Please go read it. This is such a great book to talk about so many topics in so many ways, and it will tickle your senses in all of that, and it is going to be completely satisfying. Trust me with that. Please go pick this book up. It's superb. A full 5 out of 5 stars for this. So that was my vlog cum review for the subscriber pick for the month of March, which was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If I have sold this book to you and if you have decided to buy this book, then please use my Amazon affiliate links in the description box below. It would be of immense help to me in the process of you buying this book and enjoying it. So what did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you read this book? Do you plan to read this book? Did you like the book? Did you not like the book? Have you read any other books by Taylor Jenkins Reid? Are you looking forward to my content in April? Because I have a lot of it coming. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.